Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Let's get straight into your sport news. Now, on the day that SA Rugby announced a new partnership between global soft drink manufacturer Coca Cola and all national teams, men and women, we are joined in studio by the Springbok fullback and playmaker Willie le Roux, the double Rugby World Cup winning Springbok. That is, at home they would refer to you as Willem Jacobus le Roux, but to many of us, Willie le Roux, thank you so much for making time for us. I mean, this is such a huge story when you look at the kind of brand that has come on to sponsor the Springboks, you know, coming back after they did 3 decades ago. What does it mean for a brand like the Springboks to have this kind of partnership?
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Coca Cola is a global brand, everyone knows it, and just to think everything that we are doing at the Springboks, from the management to the head, to the staff, to everyone, what we are doing is working to get these brands to want to work with us. So yeah, it's just amazing to have someone like this join us and moving forward. Yeah.
No, absolutely, because it is world renowned. You are back-to-back champions, 4 times having won this Rugby World Cup. I want us to chat about how 2025 could be an incredible year for you, you know, because you could see yourself moving from the 98 test cap mark to possibly, you know, marking that century. That possibility must feel so exciting.
Yeah, obviously it's very exciting, but for me now it's just to focus on at the Bulls currently, playing in the URC, doing my best to get picked for the Springbok squad again. So you never know, if you're picked, you have to play well. It doesn't just happen. So yeah, for me it's just about out going to enjoy myself playing and then hopefully get that opportunity to put on the green and gold again.
And I love that you've now brought in the franchise level, because I want us to chat about that. You speak about the Bulls, but we know that you haven't renewed your contract there, even though there was an option for you to extend. Why did you make that decision?
Yeah, it's a tough decision. I'm not sure where I'm going yet. Making more family decisions now as I'm getting a bit older. It's not the young guy that can just go anywhere in the world and go play. It's more about the family now and the future. So the decision I will make will be based on family. But for now, I'm focused on the Bulls until the URC, and then we'll see what happens after that.
Ooh, but it would be remiss of me not to ask if Bath is somewhere there in the picture. Could you be going back to the English Premiership?
No, I'm not going there, definitely not.
So it's definitely not about that. And I know you say you are old, but really you are 35. Let's be honest, you know. So there's still a couple of years in you left of rugby. How many years would you say are those? What are you looking at the moment?
Like there's guys like Ruan Pino, Willem Alberts, they played until 40. I'm 35 currently, so yeah, they set the bar high. If I can get anywhere near that, that would be amazing. But yeah, there's no slowing down at this moment. I want to play as long as I can, whether that's 38, whether that's 39, whether that's maybe just 37, you never know. So yeah, for me it's all about just enjoying it out there and giving it my all, and hopefully we can play as long as I can.
Well, that's going to make a lot of people happy to know that there's still so many years left in you. And I want us to now take it back to the Springboks, because last year was such an incredible season for the national team, winning every trophy that was on offer and on the back of winning the Rugby World Cup. What does it take to play on such a high level and consistently perform and achieve the desired results?
Yeah, no, it's a whole squad thing. It's not just one player or the captain or the head coach. It's everyone buying in. You've got the guys that don't get picked over the weekend, but they have to prepare the guys that's playing. They have to paint the right pictures for them. They have to see those pictures. So when it comes by Saturday, they've seen it so many times now. They've seen it 50, 60, 70 times in the week. So it's easier for them to make a decision and not to think about it. So I think it's a buy-in of everyone. And from Coach Rassie, everyone to the bottom, and yeah, that just worked out for us, and we've been doing well, and yeah, it's been working.
No, it really has been, but we don't see it then translating when it comes to the Champions Trophy, when you look at some of the South African franchises not being able to make the knockout stages. Where do you think then the disconnect comes through?
I think when you play at Loftus at 3 o'clock, it's 35 degrees, and I think when you go overseas, you go play in a 5 degrees, so that's a 30-degree difference to play in. You've got rain, you've got cold, you've got wind. It's a whole different game plan. You can't be running from all over the field. You have to play more smarter game, bigger kicking game. I think the teams over there's defenses are very good, their attack is very good set. So it's a whole different ball game from playing in South Africa, playing home, where it's nice and dry, you can throw the ball around. And I think the squad's depth as well. You can't play your strongest team week in and week out. They'll get burned out before the end of the season. So yeah, all those factors play a role. But yeah, I think every year will get better.
No, absolutely. And especially when you look at the United Rugby Championship, I feel like there it is slightly different, especially for the South Africans. It seems that the tournament then favors our teams. Yeah,
we've been in it for a few years now, and I'm really enjoying it. Playing time difference isn't bad, flying over there, playing. Yeah. Obviously, like I said, the weather is tough, but then they have to come here as well and experience the 35 degrees heat at 3 in the afternoon. Which is tough. It's not easy. So yeah, no, I think everyone is enjoying the URC, and it's been a good success. So yeah, we just have to build on that.
Yeah, and hopefully the trophy can come back home, you know, because the inaugural edition, we were celebrating as South Africans, but still haven't tasted success, you know, until that time. But I want us to also chat about the Springboks, because the competition there is really high. You know, when you look at the likes of, you know, Willie le Roux, the Damians of the world as well, how tricky is it to get that call up for the Springboks to play for that badge, especially when you look at just how competitive it has become?
Yeah, no, it's very competitive. Like, that's what I say, you have to have a good season at your franchise, otherwise you don't make that cut, because there's so many guys they can choose from. I'm 35, those guys are 25 and younger, so it's for me to try and keep up with them. And like I always say, I learn a lot from them, where I would think they learn from me as well. And we have our different attributes you bring to the game, different things, how we see games, and yeah, we just learn from each other, and that's how you get a better player and a better person as well. So yeah, that's been working for us, working together, all of the back three, all of the fullbacks together, and yeah, that's just bringing the best out in everyone.
And it must make you so happy when you hear head coach Rassie Erasmus speaking of the future in a couple of years to come, how, you know, a person like you would come through in a consultancy manner, you know, and just plow back into the national team like that, which shows that there is a quality that you bring on, that they are already seeing even what you are doing off the field.
Yeah, thank you for that. That's nice to say. Yeah, we'll see. Like I say, I still want to play and go as long as I can until the body allows it. Like I say, the recovery is a bit different when you get older. You still feel it on a Wednesday after a game. You have to do more ice baths, those kind of things you have to do, that, which isn't maybe nice sometimes. All the recovery, all that things put you in the best position to play good rugby on the weekends. And as long as I look after the body and still perform, and the coaches still think that I'm good enough, then I'll do that. And then whatever happens after that, we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen there.
No, absolutely. Thank you so much, Willie, for making time for us. I can't wait for us to finally say that you've got your 100th cap for the Springboks, and I really feel that it will happen. It will probably be one of those tests against Italy. We know that we still have some time to go until we see the Springboks in action, but of course that was Willie le Roux, the double Rugby World Cup winning Springbok and fullback, who has spoken about his future prospects, not going to be a part of the Bulls after the season, and still yet to decide on where his next move will be. And of course, to be the best, you have to be the best. And that's the attitude of the South African Sevens rugby team as it heads into the third leg of World Rugby's 7th series in Perth this weekend.